Howdy folks, this is Robert. It is 1st of February, first week of February, and it's time in central Mississippi to do some planting. Potatoes, onions, garlic. Now we're supposed to have obviously some more cold weather. I think it's supposed to get down in the mid-20s one night next week, maybe in a couple of days. But doesn't matter. The potatoes, the onions, and the garlic need to be in the ground. Matter of fact, I have some garlic that's been growing through the winter, and it hadn't done what I wanted it to do. It's the first time I've planted it when I did. I try to use seeds from my planting in previous years, but I will tell you this, I get my potatoes from Hoss Tools, H-O-S-S Tools. I believe they're in Alabama, but they are online, and everything that I've ever got from them has been just really good. I had some very nice potatoes last year. Don't know if you can see or if I'm showing it right, but I received these a couple days ago, and I do know that everybody has their own right way, according to them, to plant potatoes. The thing that has worked best for me is I dig a hole like 6 inches deep, put the potatoes in, cover them with about 3 inches of soil. Then as the stem, shoot, stalks, whatever, when the plant starts coming up, once it gets about 5 or 6 inches, I'll start mounding dirt around it and continue to do that. Then I'll harvest the potatoes after they flower and start dying. I had enough potatoes last year to get us almost through December, but not quite. So I'm planting more this year, hoping that that I'll have plenty of potatoes. But before I do that, I'm going to incorporate some fertilizer in my soil, and I'm going to take the mic off while I go get my fertilizer. Excuse me a moment. I'm going to incorporate some vermiculite, some gypsum, and some shake and feed by Miracle Grow. I find that this really works well, and it's really easy to utilize. So before I plant the potatoes, and I'm going to get my potatoes out of the way, I'm just going to broadcast my fertilizer over the top of the ground and then work it in. All right. Excuse me while I get my tool. Hey, mic test, is this on? Mic test. There we go. Now I'm just gonna work it all in. Been a good week. I watched my beloved Arkansas Razorbacks beat the #1 basketball team in the country, which is the Auburn Tigers. Auburn always gets the breaks. I shouldn't say that. Then Auburn fans might not check in or subscribe to my channel. By the way, concerning that, I want to tell you about a new channel that I'm starting. For you subscribers that are on my channel, current channel, Master of Nothing, I've started a new channel. I will do my first post either tonight or tomorrow morning, but the name of the channel is Singing for the Kids. I'm a musician in Central Mississippi, and I've started an organization called Singing for the Kids. It's where musicians around the state, when they have playing gigs that they get paid for, to donate a portion of their tips or their gig to Children's of Mississippi. Since March of last year, we've raised somewhere in the neighborhood of $9,000, I believe. I don't keep up with it. I just give it to the hospital. And we're planning a huge event for April, which is a John Prine tribute concert at Duling Hall. And I'm really honored to be playing at Duling Hall. It's a great venue in Central Mississippi. Very cool place. It's an old school from years and years and years ago, and Duling Hall is was the gymnasium of the school. So anyway, I sure would appreciate it if you would look up Singing for the Kids anytime after tomorrow. Like and subscribe. I will eventually, revenue starts coming in from my channel, 100% of the revenue that comes in will go to Children's of Mississippi. And look, I'll talk about it further. I'm here to do gardening now. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I'm just going to take my eyes, and I'm going to put them about a foot apart, and then I will plant them about 8 inches in the ground. Cover them with 3 inches of dirt. Then, as I know I said all this earlier, but then as the shoots come up, the plants come up, I'll be mounding dirt around them. I'll be hilling them, is what we call down here in the South. We hill them. I don't care what it's called, as long as it makes me some potatoes. Tell you what, I really like. I like several YouTube channels. You guys will have to bear with me. Farm and Refuge. I'm trying to think of the name of it. It's a young family who moved from Central Arkansas to I believe North Carolina. I also like Life Uncontained, another family who moved away from where they were from down to Texas, and they're off grid now. They're home. It's amazing. They built it off of it's hard for me to talk and work at the same time. But they built it out of shipping containers, and it looks fantastic. The lady just had a new little baby. They had one, 3 or 4. I can't keep up with ages, but like that. And then I like A Simple Life, I believe it is. A married couple up in Alaska that every day, winter or summer, they're working, improving their property, going fishing, hunting, but I'm really impressed with those two. I'm really impressed with it. I'd love to see their place one day. Okay, I think that I have them where I want them. I think there's one for right there. One for right there. And that's going to be all my potatoes. So now let's dig a hole. Dig a hole. Scared me there. It scared me. Okay, 6 inches deep. In the little rascal goes. About 3 inches of dirt over the top of them. And I won't bore you with doing the whole thing. But then again, I might. I'll go around to plant those. I mentioned to you I was a musician in Central Mississippi. I play in a 5-piece band. The name of our band is Slightly Tarnished. It's a bunch of old farts like me. But we do know how to jam. I used to think 70 years old was decrepit. Well, now that I am 70, almost 71, I feel that my life's just started. I plan on, I'd like at least 20 more. I'd like 30 more. I'd love to make 100. We'll see what happens with that. We shall see what happens with that. But anyway, I was talking about my friend and I. We're playing Friday night at a local joint, Crab Seafood Shack on the reservoir. It's a great little venue. And two times ago we played there. We got our gig money, and then we made about $100 in tips. Well, all of that went to Children's of Mississippi, which is a unbelievable facility. If you guys do subscribe to Singing for the Kids, you'll see about everything that we're doing. I also, and I think I showed it on a previous video on this channel, Master of Nothing, I I have a little gold and silver jewelry booth at the Flowood Flea Market, which is Mississippi's largest indoor flea market and antique house. And that keeps me pretty busy. I'm on the road quite a bit, buying and looking and selling and everything else. My wife and I, most of our meals right now, our vegetable wise, is coming out of the freezer from this little garden here. We freeze everything. Tomatoes, every kind of green in the world. I exaggerate, y'all. Not every kind of green in the world. Mustard, turnips, chard, kale, collards. I parboil them, then freeze them in freezer bags. And matter of fact, last night, my lovely wife took some out of the freezer, and we had them with some sauteed chicken. And seriously, now I'm not lying to you, seriously, it was just like I picked them yesterday. They were just as fresh and as they could be, had their full flavor. I don't know if you can hear the frog. I come out here at night going to my studio, which is over there, to practice. And the other night it was like 26 degrees, and you could hear those little rascals out here croaking. I thought when it's got that cold, they're just almost lifeless. But they're not voiceless, because they were raising all sorts of cane. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to the potatoes on that side, and I'm going to walk around to do that. There's no point in repeating myself with that, so I'm going to turn you guys off for a little while, and I'll come back with you when I do the garlic. All right, trying one I've never tried before. We'll see how it goes. All I want is nothing more, to hear you knocking at my door, as if I could see your face once more. I'd die a happy man, I'm sure. When you said your last goodbye, I died a little bit inside. I lay in tears in bed all night, alone without you by my side. But if you love me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is All I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody like you. Oh, you. Like you. You brought out the best of me, a part of me I've never seen. You took my soul and wiped it clean. Our love was made for movie screens. But if you love me, why'd you leave me? Take my body, take my body. All I want is, all I need is to find somebody. I'll find somebody like you. 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 Like you. You brought out the best in me, part of me I've never seen. You took my soul and wiped it clean. Our love was made for movie screens.